Joining me now is Gideon Hillman. Nice to meet you, Gideon. Thanks for joining me. Gideon, what I wanted to ask you was, how have logistics providers developed to manage challenges and disruptions from e-commerce?
Okay, I think e-commerce actually hit the industry by storm in terms of logistics sector. Everyone assumed it was just a great way of saving high street retail space, and they didn't really appreciate the impact or the changes that would be needed through logistics. This has developed over the years, but the changes they didn't understand were really the returns caused by the distance centre regulations, everything that went with the returns in terms of collecting stuff, picking stuff up, people dropping stuff off, click and collect, all of these different issues. The fact that when product comes back, it needs to be rechecked, quality checked before it goes back on the shelf. There's a massive expense and cost behind all this. So none of it was appreciated in the first instance. What has happened is, as the internet business has developed and grown, the logistics providers have sort of led the way with the retailers to make sure they address these issues. They've become slicker with operations. Still a long way to go in some areas, but they have got a lot better at it with the introduction of more technology and more advanced sort of management systems. They have started to make a better job. So yeah, it's on the up. Things are getting better in that respect. Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to say was, how has the 3PL sector kept pace with the advancement in that technology that you're talking about?
Okay, so technology is running faster than anyone expected, and exponentially, and the 3PLs embrace any change. The third-party logistics providers, any change, anything new, they embrace, they want to use, and there's two core or key drivers for that. One is it's driven by the customer's demands, and the customers want to make sure they're getting the best use of technology. And the other one is the 3PL industry is a very competitive sector. So something new comes out, they want to use it, okay? And because they want to be better and they want to have it as a better service offering, etc. That being said, it doesn't necessarily, it can be overused. It doesn't necessarily make everything better because it can be automated or because there's a great new technology out there. So there is a balance to be used. I think the people who pioneer in this are the ones who test the technology and then assess its use and don't just offer it out carte blanche, and it is assessed and used properly and correctly and where it should be, and I think they're the ones who will win and will, with the technology.
Makes a lot of sense. So what's been happening with Gideon Hillman since Multimodal last year?
Okay. We've made some good gains in various sectors. In the 3PL sector itself, actually, we've since last year, we've worked with Menzies Distribution, Paul Ponsonby Logistics, AIM Chilled Distribution. We've done some great gains in that sector. Also, on the construction sector, we've sort of bucked the trend with the construction industry, which has seen a bit of a decline, or so it was reported it has, whereas we've been doing a lot of work for the Saint-Gobain Group, for Travis Perkins Group, ETEC, and various other companies and suppliers within that industry. And we've kept working with our usual FMCG and retail sector, and had some large projects there as well. Yeah, continuing with that, yeah, absolutely.
Going from what's changed from last year, what do you have planned for this year and maybe in the future?
So we're continuing our strategy of increasing marketing resource and consultancy resource. There is going to be a major change in the business this year, which is not something we can go into detail yet, but we are going to be considering a much bigger business this year, and we're carrying on very much as we are. We'll into 2019. We'll continue to grow. We're booked in for. We will be booked in for Multimodal again. We're booked in for other shows. IMHX, which is one of the largest shows every 3 years in our industry, comes up. So we'll be there. Intralogistics will be out everywhere, and picking up more customers hopefully.
Oh, perfect. I look forward to hearing about the changes. But thank you for joining me, Gideon.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you. Cheers.